Welcome back to True Hall of Fame Builds. I'm your host, Michael May, and today I'm gonna be answering some of the questions, y'all. I do apologize. I get y'all questions on Twitter. I get y'all questions on Instagram. I just be really distracted getting things done. And today I'm gonna answer my first one, which is Pete. It's a two-part question. Shout out to you. I'm pretty sure you're probably from another country because the last name, I don't think it's from here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. But the first part of the question is, why do you choose to be the villain? That is a fantastic question. So Pete, just want to put the mic a little closer so you can hear me loud and clear. And I do have my effect on where you could hear damn near every sound, so please forgive me. I like it that way so you guys could, really hear me when I step back or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna say this. In any business you do, when you're successful, you are automatically a villain. Let me rephrase that. Or let me say that in a different way. All right. So Pete, and please don't, I'm not coming at you. I just want you to try your best to understand what I'm saying in a way that we can get somewhere, because I'm pretty sure somebody else feels the same way. Have you ever hit the lottery for anything? Have you ever stumbled across some kind of money of some sort, and all of a sudden everybody acts like you owe them something? Like, and the thing is this, it could be from your mom. Like, oh, I'm your mom, you're not supposed to do a damn thing, right? Like, I'll give you another example. Like these basketball players, some of y'all are not gonna agree, which is fine, but yeah, I'm showing you guys the difference between most people that go broke and most people that are successful. Oh, my mom is the real MVP. My mom, she put the basketball in my hand. My mom. The likelihood is your mom didn't put the basketball in your hands. The likelihood is, cool, your mom had to drive you to practice. Cool, your mom had to do what she had to do so you guys survived. Pete, your mom did what she was supposed to do. She's your parent. You didn't have to be here. See, so what happens is there's a lot of pressure on, I'm gonna say specifically men, and people in general, but this is about men. There's a lot of pressure that comes with being successful, and I think that a lot of men don't go into business thinking that way. See, they go into the business and they think about the success side. They never think about the side like the hate, the envy, the jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Replacement. Remember, listen, if you're so hear me out. Let's go to content creation, right? If I'm on the rise, that means somebody gotta come down. That means somebody's not gonna be in the top spot. Now, me personally, I feel there's plenty of space for everybody, but this is the reason why most content creators don't show love to each other. You understand? But now, I've already had my taste of business for a very long time. I've been in the music industry. You understand? I've been in the armed service. So I know what it is to climb the ranks, and I already know how to deal with it. So I, and this is one thing I try to tell everybody. There's a joke, right? Now, I never really heard, I'm sorry to say like this, I'm sorry. I've never really heard this amongst my urban people, but there's a saying in business around like the people that I've dealt with, like the wealthy people, is a saying, and it's like a joke. It's, don't do nothing good if you can't handle the celebration. You missed it. You missed it. Don't do anything good if you can't handle the celebration. Because, ready? World Series, somebody hits a walk-off home run, right? Now, the other day, if I ain't mistaken, the guy who keeps on hitting all these damn home runs for the Dodgers, he was on the Atlantic. He was on Atlanta Braves. If I ain't mistaken, right? Now, when you trade from one team and go to another, there's always going to be some imbalance. Always. KD going to the Warriors, there's going to always be some imbalance. But really, he just traded to, he did the same thing LeBron did. The same exact thing. But people cared about it so much because it has ties to them. It goes back to their city. Now the Cavs can't win. Now the Lakers can't win. Now the Knicks can't win because KD decided to squad up with already some of the best shooters in the world, with him already being considered one of the best shooters in the world. Do you understand? Like, you have to understand. That's why I loved his documentary when I watched it, and he was like, you don't think that I knew that? That I knew that going in? He said, the minute I sprained my ankle, he said, the minute I had my injury, he said, Curry was the one that was calling me. Curry was calling me. He said, some of my own teammates, we in the same freaking place, same town, and they didn't come check for me. Now, see, people don't see the backstory. And there's a flip side to that. If you can't, don't do anything good if you can't handle the celebration. Because if there's a celebration, that means people are involved in the celebration. The celebration is being shared. You don't think out of the whole celebration somebody's upset. Ready? How many people are in Dodgers? I mean, how many Yankee fans were in Dodger Stadium for every single game that they won? While Dodgers is cheering, there's somebody over there like this. There's always, if you're not prepared for the hate that comes along with your success, then you're not prepared to be successful. You have to be okay with being I don't even want to say that word no more. I forget words are spells. You have to be okay with your success. You have to. You have to be okay with your success. People looking at you like the V, that's them. But your success bothers them. They have the same 24 hours that you have, but because you, or look at me, because I use my 24 hours differently than they do, they get mad. They get mad. So I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with all outcomes. I think that's really what it is. I'm comfortable with all outcomes, and I don't take it no kind of way. You dig? So now we're gonna go on to the second part of your question. Cause that was a great question. Why am I comfortable being the V? I'm not the V. They make me out to be the V. I didn't say I wanted to be the V. Now I always do make a joke and say I'm the Suge Knight of the content creation, cause I am. I feel like What other content creators are afraid to say, I'm gonna say it. Now, to the other part. And do you stand on what do you say about content creators? About how they cheap and they could be selfish and they don't do enough for the people that support them. I stand firm. I stand firm. I've had that stance since my very first video I posted. I've only been doing this for 3 years, y'all. I've only been doing this for 3 years and streaming for 1. I'm going on my 2nd year streaming right now. Like, bro, ready? Now, 1, right? I always tell you guys, y'all guys give these guys millions upon millions. I mean, I'm saying as a collective. Some making 100, some making 5, some making 10, some making 9, some making 20,000 a month, and they don't do anything for y'all. Now I'm gonna say this again. That is a broke person's mindset. That is a broke person's mind. That is a person who, now mind you, I come from poverty. You understand what I'm saying? Now let's be clear. I'm not saying that that life was fucking super struggling. No, I had a pretty decent life. But from where I come from, Castle Hill, Soundview section in the Bronx, it was a war zone. Now it wasn't always like that, but my family, we had a house there. Now my family was a powerful family, very well connected, so it probably wasn't as hard as it should have been, like how it would be on somebody else. But nonetheless, I would say this: it wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but when I was younger, yes. If you would have caught me being a content creator at 21, 22 years old, I probably would have been, because I think YouTube only been around since what, 2003, 2005, something like that. It's fairly new. You know what? I probably would have been selfish like most people as well. If I'm being frank, I look at some of these content creators. Some of these content creators been doing this thing since the beginning of time. And I will say this: I'm grateful for my movement, but I also gotta say, the reason why I feel this way about content creators is because they don't do nothing. Y'all tune in, they be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Boom, boom, boom. They don't do anything, and y'all giving them everything. When you click, when you like on the stream, when you this, when you that. Ready? I'll give you a great example. That's why when everybody come in the comment section, yo, True, let's squad up, let's squad up. I don't just squad up with everybody. You wanna know why? Because Ticino doesn't just squad up with everybody and y'all watch him. Shake don't just squad up with everybody and you watch him. So I'm not gonna... Listen, you're not gonna force me to squad up with niggas because, yo, do you play with subs? All right, so listen, all right. If I'm being frank, at my number right now where I'm at, most content creators, when they were at my numbers, they weren't squatting up with people. Just being frank. I'm just being frank. Why? I've been watching content creators for quite some time, and most people, like you seen the video the other day, I responded and reacted to Brutal Sims' video. Most content creators, they already have their squad, but you still tune in to watch them play with their squad. So why can't you do the same thing? Whoo, spitting nothing but facts. See, and this is the part that bothers people, because A lot of y'all feel entitled, like I should be able to play with you. No, you shouldn't be able to do shit. That's not how this works. Because if you don't demand that from anybody else, I ask you guys all the time, how many of y'all have played with Shake? How many of y'all have played with Brute? How many of y'all play with Swante? How many of y'all play with Bash? Whenever Bash goes online, I be seeing Bash play with his squad. I see all them Bash World niggas. Every now and again, he'll pick up one person just like everybody else. What's the problem? See, here's the difference. I'm not afraid to say it on live stream. I ain't squatting right now. Nope, I ain't squatting right now. Not doing that. Maybe later. And then when I do say, yo, let's squat, no, everybody get afraid. Because they know the pressure's on. And let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys seen the comment on the video yesterday where we were speaking about it, where somebody in the chat was like, yo, I think it's pretty dope. And I'm gonna do another video about it actually, because that was another question I was asked too, but it was a good question. That when y'all guys ball with me, the likelihood is y'all gonna ball with some of the people that I ball with. I'm not picking up 5 random strangers, no. I need to make sure I have my people around me who's gonna help me support me to help support you. So don't think it's gonna be 5 brand. That's not how this works. It don't work like that. Ready? When Brutal Sims picks up 2 people, ready? Brutal Sims always runs with Gambit. I don't hear y'all tell Brutal Sims nothing. Brutal's always usually with Jay Easy. Y'all don't tell Brutal Sims nothing. So he picks up 1 or 2 people. Simple. Why? Because it makes sense. You surround yourself with your people, and then the person coming up is on the outer layer. That's how this works. Y'all don't understand business though. That's the problem. Because like I always say, y'all guys, when you understand how business works, you're gonna understand it. You're gonna understand that, oh, because you knew me since I was a kid and we've been boys, now you're supposed to get everything from my business for free because you might. No. It doesn't work like that. Listen, I have my own brothers who are members to my channel. My own brothers who are members. You would think those are your brothers. Why they gotta? Because they my fucking brothers. It is what it is, y'all. But listen, man, that was a great question, Pete. I appreciate it. Yeah, I already know, man. I see you on the flip side. Ya tú sabes. True Hall of Fame builds. Yeah, I already know. I'm your host, Michael May. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn notifications. I'll see you on the next one. We out.